You know, whether Nikola Jokic played or not, beating the Denver Nuggets always feels awesome as a Laker fan, especially after the tough years we've had lately, which we're not going to talk about too much. But this game was still a real challenge no matter what. Even without Nikola Jokic, the Nuggets played super well tonight, at least in the first 2 or 3 quarters. In the first quarter, it seemed like they couldn't miss even if they tried. They started the game 6 for 6 from the three-point line, with Spencer Jones, Jamal Murray, Peyton Watson, Aaron Gordon, and Spencer Jones again. I'm not sure they could miss if they wanted to. Between those 4 guys, they made 14 three-pointers tonight. That's 14 out of Denver's 15 total made threes. But after that hot first quarter, they cooled off a lot. After it, they only made 6 more threes the rest of the game. They still shot 40.5% from 3 overall, but as the game went on, the Lakers stepped up their defense and put in way more effort. In the whole second half, they held the Nuggets to under 40 points, just 17 in the third quarter and only 19 in the fourth, so nothing to complain about there at all. At the same time, the Lakers got their offense rolling again too. Marcus Smart had a big night, hitting 3 threes and scoring 15 points. He was one of only 3 Lakers in double figures. Luka had 38 points, a 38-point triple-double with 13 rebounds and 10 assists. LeBron scored 19 points, almost a triple-double with 19 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. Rui Hachimura came off the bench and gave solid help, even though his shooting wasn't great. He still got 9 points. Drew Timme came off the bench again and was part of that second quarter group with LeBron, Marcus Smart, Jared Vanderbilt, and DeAndre. That lineup looked really good right away, starting a quick 9-0 run. Timme hit a three-pointer almost as soon as he checked in within the first 10 seconds and finished with 9 points off the bench. I really like how he fits. He shows good stuff on offense. He's not the best defender out there, and you can see it sometimes, especially when he plays center. But right now, he's proven he's a solid part of the rotation. He should stay in it for most games. He helps from three-point range, around the rim, on the boards, and just brings energy and effort off the bench. I'm all in on Drew Timme if he keeps playing like this. Like I said, way better effort, especially on defense in the second half. Over and over, the Lakers prove that when they really try and stick with it for more than a minute or two, they can be a pretty good defensive team. Not just in the fourth quarter, but any time in the game when they commit as a team to playing hard defense. They can do it when they want to. So I hope they do this more often. Really commit to it and not wait until the game gets out of control before they try. Play hard on both ends of the floor. This game showed they can do it even against a team that was on fire in the first half. Basically, couldn't miss even if they tried. They clamped down and turned a team with an endless hot streak into one that went cold, holding them under 40 points in the second half. Hard to believe, but they pulled it off. So here's hoping they keep this up and do it more often. I don't think they can lock in for 4 full quarters every game against every team, but for a half or even a bit more, that should lead to more good wins moving forward. Again, no Nikola Jokic tonight, but with how they were shooting and with Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, and Watson all playing so well lately, I still think this was a really good win for the Lakers, something they can build on. Now they're starting an 8-game road trip, and this was the first one. Great way to kick it off. So, with that, I'll share what the team said about the win tonight and how they can keep this going. Defensively, what was the big switch? Think we turned up our aggression a little bit. I mean, they shot the hell out of the ball to start that first quarter. I think they had 6 or 7 threes in the first quarter. They were 9 for 11. Man, they were knocking down threes at a crazy rate, you know? Off the dribble, off catch and shoot. I thought in the second half we turned up our pressure, ran them off the line a couple times. Put a little more pressure. Put a couple more bodies in front of Jamal. Tried to slow him down. We know the streak he's been on, and it worked in our favor. You guys had about as bad of a final 90 seconds as it can happen, starting a road trip like that. Yeah, when JJ talks about refereeing points, how can the second half be won for what you guys want to be moving forward? Yeah, I mean, we know what we're capable of, and I just thought the guys that were on the floor, I thought we got great minutes from Drew, great minutes from Jay. Our bench came in and was amazing. Then, when DA went down, Jax came in that second half and gave us a big push, and then down the stretch, Marcus gave us some big plays down the stretch, and defensively we were all just flying around. So, it's a good start to an 8-game road trip for us. Every part of the season is important in its own way, but this juncture, the 8-game trip, what does it mean for this group to kind of get some footing? Yeah, to start it off, I mean, we have a choice. And you know, obviously, we're coming off one of the most gruesome gauntlets of scheduling, playing at 5 and 7. That was tough for us, and tonight was 6 and 9. But like I said, the first game of an 8-game road trip. It was good to get off to a good start, and hope we continue on Thursday. All-Star starters were announced yesterday. It's the first time in a long time that we didn't hear your name among the starters. Did you have a reaction to that? No, not at all. Would you like to be part of the All-Star game this year if the coaches put you in? I'm always grateful. For sure. If I'm there, I'll be there in attendance. If I'm not, I know I'll be able to take full advantage of it. I know exactly what I'll be doing. So, I'm good either way. Over the weekend, you posted Isaiah 41:10. What did that speak to you in that moment? Who? Isaiah 41:10. Oh, well, I mean, Ballboy in Portland gave it to me after the game. You know what I mean? He said, Jesus loves you. Obviously he does. And I thought that was a great quote when I looked at it. I read it, and it just spoke to me. So I posted it one because the guy was grateful enough and gracious enough to give it to me, and also just reading it. It's good to know that the people laying down the word are being so great. So I thought it was just a pretty cool moment for me, and just to have that insight right there. Looked like you had a brief moment to go over and say hi to Jokic. Is there like a certain level of respect between champions and MVPs? All the playoff battles and all that? Most respect. I mean, for the grace of the game, for the grace of today, for me, for the grace of the past, for the grace to come. Jokic is one of the greatest players to ever play this game, and for me to go over and just pay my respect, that's easy. That's easy. You played thousands of games, probably combined, between international and NBA. That Serbia semi-final game, you rank it one of the greatest games you ever played in? It's one of the greatest games I ever played in. I played in a lot of great games. NBA Finals games, Olympic games, high school games, regular season games. That ranks right up there as one of the greatest games I ever played in. Yeah, something I would never forget, that moment. When you think about player greatness and stuff like that, how important is it for a great player to make others better? And what kind of trust and persistence does that require? I don't know. I can't speak for other great players. We've had a lot of great players in this game. So many. I can speak for me, And I know that being a triple threat on the floor, creating and giving confidence to my teammates is something I've always wanted to do, something I've always wanted to give. I believe that if I can instill confidence in my teammates, then it's only going to make my job a lot easier. And they're going to want to do so many things for you on the floor. So I'm only one guy on the floor. You win games as a team. You win championships as a team. You do things as a team. And I've always, me personally, as a leader, as someone who sees so many eyes and draws so much attention throughout my career, I've always tried to instill confidence in my teammates. That's always how I've been my whole life, not even just as a pro. It's either 36 or 37 points to hold them to in the second half, and it looked like you're putting 2 on the ball. Thank you. Yeah, 17 plus 19. What was the main difference, and how did you feel like that more attention on Murray changed things? Well, it took him out of his rhythm. By the time he had taken a shot in the second half, it was well into the fourth quarter. So that's the first thing. Literally, let's get the ball out of his hands. And I think when the game started, they started 9 of 11 from 3, and they hit some off the dribble ones, and Spencer Jones hits 3 threes, and we're aware he's more than capable as a shooter. Came in tonight shooting 38% from 3. So that was not like a surprise that he could make a 3. We were dialed on our personnel. Peyton Watson hit a step-back 3 from the corner. So it was a little defeating to those. A zone and the man frankly was worse than the zone. And so we picked it up a little bit defensively in the second quarter. And then that last-minute stretch just absolutely killed us. We had cut the lead, I think, to 6, and they scored, I think, the last 8, and the Murray thing, and all of a sudden you're down 14 at halftime. But I thought our guys' commitment to the adjustment at halftime was great, and then the commitment to the work that's required when you put 2 on the ball. And look, this is my staff and our analytics team. This is all we're doing right now. We're trying to figure out what's the best way for this team with this group to play defense. And we've, throughout the year, made adjustments in game. We're going to have to get a little weird sometimes on the other end. With Luka, he has 13 or 14 rebounds, but he and LeBron just getting you good shots. What did you see there? And not that it's out of the ordinary, but what was the key? Those guys, just their patience, I think, has been great all season, and whether that was Luka in the middle of the floor making plays. I thought his pace in early offense and his pace in the half court just to get paint touches and then get some of his assists that way. And then, obviously, LeBron playing out of the post has been so good for us recently with his passing. Those guys, they both played a great game. And I think, too, like for them in the second half, there's a lot that's required when you go to rotations, when you put 2 on the ball and you go to rotations, and those guys exerted themselves. I thought Smart was awesome defensively all night. Came up with a huge charge. Vando was great like he always does. Had some huge contested rebounds in the fourth quarter. Jackson coming in at halftime and having to start the second half and go way past his minutes restriction to help get us the win was great. So, just contributions from everybody. Drew again was great tonight in his minutes. It was a great team win.